The ancient building behind me is Palazzo dei Normanni, meaning Norman Palace in English. It was built by the Normans who invaded Sicily around year 1000. Normans are an ethnic population originally from northern France, Sweden, and Norway. They moved to Normandy of France and established their settlement there. The Normans are known for their military prowess and architectural achievements. They conquered a lot of territories in Europe. The Normans came to Sicily to replace Islamic culture by building Christian churches and palaces. Norman Palace in Palermo is a must-visit for anyone who is interested in Sicilian culture, history, and art. The palace stands on the highest ground of the historic center of the city. Constructed during the 9th century by Arab rulers as a defensive stronghold, the building was later expanded into a palace by the Normans in the 12th century, making it a combination of Arab, Norman, Byzantine architecture. The main facade is characterized by rectangular towers, each showcasing detailed Arabic and Norman decorations. The stonework is mixed with geometric motifs and intricate patterns, typical of Norman and Arab styles. Many windows are arched and adorned with pointed or horseshoe designs, a common feature in Arab Norman architecture. Some windows are set in a series of triple arches, giving a unique, almost cathedral-like appearance. At the top of the palace walls, there are battlement crenellations, which add a medieval fortress-like feel, blending defensive and decorative elements. The Norman Palace is a fine example of Arab Norman architecture, displaying the blend of European and Middle Eastern aesthetics that are uniquely Sicilian. The Marble Theatre is a Baroque monument outside of the Norman Palace. Erected in 1662, this sculptural group is dedicated to Philip IV of Habsburg, King of Spain and Sicily, known as Philip the Great, and nicknamed the Planet King, as his possessions extended across all continents of the then-known world. The pyramidal monument with the octagonal base is made up of statues arranged in harmonious composition together with balustrades. At the top of the steps are allegorical statues representing Kingdom of Sicily, Castile and Leon, Lombardy, Portugal, Sardinia, America, Kingdom of Naples, and Catalonia. The work is adorned with plaques and the coats of arms of the major Sicilian families. Around the square pedestal are arranged the representations of the 4 parts of the earth explored and civilized at the time: Europe, Asia, Africa, and America, over which the King of Spain governed. At the top, there's a statue of Philip IV. The Marble Theatre is a lesser-known gem of Palermo, exemplifying the city's rich architectural heritage and its historical ties to European nobility. It stands as a both historical and artistic landmark in Palermo, symbolizing the city's loyalty to the Spanish crown during that period, and showcasing Sicilian craftsmanship in marble and stone. The courtyard of the Norman Palace, also known as the Courtyard of Maqueda, is a striking example of Renaissance architecture, showcasing classical elegance that contrasts with the surrounding medieval and Arab Norman elements of the palace. This courtyard, built in the 17th century by the Spanish viceroy Maqueda, added a new layer of style and sophistication to the historic building. The courtyard is surrounded on 3 sides by arcades, with multiple stories of round, semicircular arches supported by columns. This arrangement is typical of Renaissance courtyards, focusing on symmetry, proportion, and harmony of geometric forms. The arches give a sense of openness and fluidity, drawing light into the courtyard and creating a serene, reflective space within the palace. The courtyard has a three-tiered layout, with each level featuring arcaded loggias. Each level's open-air design allows for views both into the courtyard and from it into the surrounding palace rooms, reflecting the Renaissance concept of blending interior and exterior spaces. Historically, the courtyard provided a formal entrance to the palace and continues to be a welcoming space for visitors today. The courtyard's central open area was used for ceremonial purposes and gatherings. Its open design allowed fresh air and natural light to enter the palace, which would have been crucial in the Mediterranean climate. The pride of the palace is the Palatine Chapel, a stunning example of Arab Norman art. The chapel, built in 1132 by order of Roger II, the Norman king of Sicily, was the royal family's private chapel. Look up and prepare to be enchanted by the beautiful golden mosaics that cover the walls and the ceiling. Here, Byzantine, Latin, and Islamic cultures come together in a truly unique way, reflecting Sicily's unique multicultural heritage during the Middle Ages. The highlight is undoubtedly the Byzantine mosaics decorating the dome, which depicts Christ blessing the faithful with his right hand. The mosaics that cover the walls and the ceiling are some of the finest in Italy, depicting biblical scenes, saints, and angels. The mosaics are in vibrant gold and intricate detail, which reflect the light and add a radiant, almost heavenly atmosphere to the chapel. The wooden ceiling in the nave is decorated with elaborate Islamic-style muqarnas. This honeycomb-like decoration, created by North African craftsmen, includes stunning carvings and painted motifs with geometrical and floral patterns, a striking contrast to the Christian mosaics below. The layout and the structural design of the chapel also incorporate elements typical of Western church architecture, including basilica-style nave and apse arrangement. The Palatine Chapel stands as a symbol of religious and cultural tolerance that existed in Norman Sicily. The coexistence of Christian, Muslim, and Byzantine elements within a single sacred space underscores the inclusive and cosmopolitan nature of Roger II's court. The Palatine Chapel is a UNESCO World Heritage Site and it remains one of Palermo's most celebrated monuments, attracting visitors worldwide who are drawn to its breathtaking art, intricate symbolism, and cultural significance.